Yo, what's good everybody, it's your boy Eddie here, and I hope you all had a wonderful holiday as well as a happy New Year's. And guys, we are starting 2023 off with some super fire heat. But before we get into that, guys, make sure that you hit that subscribe button down below as well as that notification bell. And just to get right into it, guys, we have none other than the Cactus Plant Flea ones and the Desert Moss colorway. I definitely said in the fur version review of this sneaker that this is the superior pair. It is no question, at least to me, that this is definitely the better pair. And before we even continue, guys, I have to give a huge shout out to Kicks R Us. That is my boy. I've known him for about 3 or 4 years now. Big time reseller. He is super plugged in New York City. As I said in the fur review of this sneaker last month, that this specific colorway is unreleased. So somebody is special, somebody is genuine, and somebody is plugged in as my boy Kicks R Us. He would be the person to get this shoe. So definitely make sure that you check out his page, guys, and DM him for a sneaker that you want. More than likely he will have it because, again, he's just that plugged in. So again, big shout out to you, my brother. You already know how it goes. And just to get into the box details real quick, it's pretty much the same thing as the fur version. So we do have that same brown box. So we do have the Nike checks all over the box pretty much. And then we also have the Add Sunshine logo right there, as well as the Cactus Plant Flea Market logo and the Nike check. And then finally, when we go onto this side, we do have the sticker tag, and it does read off as Nike CPFM Flea 1. And the colorway shown is Barley Sail Desert Moss, and this is in a size 12. Now when we open this lid right here, again, it's pretty much the same thing. So we do have that kind of blue sky Nike Air logos all over the wax tissue paper, which looks really nice. And if you were to open the box with all the items in it, this would be the first thing you see. So again, pretty much the same exact thing. We do have that kind of like fur tote bag or like dust bag, whatever you want to call it. And we do have that CPFM Yin and Yang logo once again. And then we do have the Just Do It logo. And then finally, we do have these yellow drawstrings right there to ensure that you can zip the bag. So that's pretty much it, guys. So now let's just focus right into the history of the shoe. Obviously, as I mentioned previously in this review, as well as the fur review last month, that this is an unreleased sneaker. So there's not much history or story that went behind it because there was no official release date for it. And this is due to the fact that the sizing is completely off on this shoe. Like, this is actually a size 12. And I'm not gonna lie, guys, like if this was like a size and a half down or 2 sizes down, I think this would actually fit. So normally I wear a size 8, but maybe I would probably have to get like a size 9 or 9.5 or something like that in order to wear this shoe comfortably. So anyways, that's pretty much gonna conclude the history of it because there's nothing much to it. So now let's just get right into the details. So now when focusing on the details of this left side of the shoe, you can see that it comes in this kind of two-tone pattern. So on the toe box and quarter panels on the lateral and medial sides, you kind of have this kind of like grayish kind of olive. And then when we look at the mudguard and the eyelets area as well as the back heel, you can see that it has that kind of like darker olive, which looks really dope. But now when looking at the toe box, you can see that it actually comes in this kind of like beautiful quilted triangle shaped suede. And I think that it looks really dope. And when you actually touch on it, you can feel like that kind of like puffered material. And I think that just looks really good. And it just adds like a level of luxury to the shoe. But what's also interesting is the fact that it was like intentionally made to look ugly. So a lot of people do not dig this shoe. I, for one, am the person who thinks this actually looks really beautiful and just looks really great. And it just has a vibe to it. Like, I don't really know how else to explain it. It just looks good. It looks like rugged, but like smooth at the same time. And it just has some premium details to it as well, which just adds a lot of flavor to the shoe. And in my opinion, it just makes this shoe like a rock star, in my opinion. So now when we go on to the laces, you can see that we have this kind of like lighter green lace, and it's in this kind of like thin material. So this side does not have the rope laces. And then we have these eyelets that are separated from the tongue, so they're all individual. But what's really dope about it, again, is the fact that it's in that darker olive, which kind of makes the shoe again pop even more. Then we look at the top of the shoe, you can see that we have that Nike tongue tab right there, and it is actually stitched. And then when we feel the actual like tongue itself, it is not like as puffy as an SB tongue, but it does have like a little puff to it, which is really nice. Then when we look at the ankle padding area, we do have some more padding as well. So again, just more comfort, but the problem that they had with this shoe was getting like the sizing and fit accurate. So as I mentioned before, most people are saying to go like a size up or a size and a half up to get that like accurate fit. But I am not going to buy this shoe for resale because it is a lot of money until I know exactly what size I'll wear in this shoe. So now when focusing on the lateral side of the shoe, you can actually see that we have this oversized Nike check. And to me, it definitely resembles like that oversized Nike check that was on the Nike off-white Blazers. And I think that just looks really good, man. And it goes all the way into the back heel area. Then when we look at the quarter panel, you can see that we have more of that kind of like triangle suede, which looks really good and is just puffered. So again, it just makes the shoe pop. And then we also have a small reverse Nike check, but to me it kind of looks like the Marlboro logo, or maybe Marlboro stole that logo from Nike. Who knows? I'm not a conspiracy theorist, but you know, it is what it is on that. But I really love that detail right there, and it is in a reverse check, which looks really nice. When we go into the back heel area, as I mentioned before, you can see that the Nike check ends right in the center of that back heel area. Then we also have this kind of like brown pull tab right there. Then when we're going on to the medial side, the same thing pretty much follows suit, other than the oversized Nike check. But we also have that reverse Nike check right there in that green stitching. And then of course, what you've all been waiting for is the talk of the midsole of this shoe, man. As I mentioned in like the fur version or the Grinch version, whatever you want to call that Flea one, it feels and looks like pretty much that Next Nature material. But again, that was like not the intention, I guess. This is more so for that like flower or mud grown look. And again, I think that this looks really good. What I appreciate about this colorway is the fact that the mud on both soles actually look the same. So on this midsole, it's that kind of like green color. And then on this midsole is the same exact color, as opposed to the contrasting midsoles on that fur pair. So that's something I appreciate as well. And then, which was standard to the other pair, is the fact that when we look at the outsole of the shoe, you can see that we have that kind of Nike Dunk or Air Jordan 1 herringbone traction pattern. So I just love it. I just really love this shoe. And there are 3 more details that I want to show you guys. So similar to the fur pair, as you can see right here, we do have that Nike CPFM logo. And then on the opposite side, we do have some detailing. So it's very similar to the fur pair, but what it says on here is completely different. On this card, it does say be kind with some hearts over it. And then it says I'm sensitive. Nike CPFM Flea 1 will age, and then in parentheses it does say improve, so age and improve with extended wear. So I'm assuming the more that you wear this shoe, this mud or sludge, whatever you want to call it, may like wear off. Like, I don't know what's the gimmick on this specific pair. I really wonder what the age or like change would come from this shoe. And then something else to note is the fact that we do have 2 laces. So instead of it coming with absolutely unnecessary laces, it does have the laces that will match each other. So we do have the 1 green extra, and then we do have the 1 rope extra, which I'll show you once I get to the right shoe. And then finally on this shoe, we do have that L with the heat wave on it to indicate that this is the left pair of the shoe. And then now guys, let's just get right into the right side. So the same thing pretty much follows suit, other than the fact that we don't have that oversized Nike check right there. That is something that I do wish that they did. But you know, to me, again, it still looks like a good looking shoe, so I'm not going to complain too much about that. Then we also have something different, which is this Cactus Plant Flea Market and Nike Yin and Yang logo, which looks pretty dope. Then when we look at the lateral side, the same thing pretty much follows suit on both pairs, so there's nothing much to say. And then finally guys, on the tongue, you can see that instead of it having that Nike logo, we do have that CPFM logo in that kind of like green colorway. Something else that you may not notice on first look is the fact that the ankle padding on both shoes are completely different. So we have a kind of dark brown on the left shoe, and then we have that kind of olive green on the right shoe. And then 2 more details to note is the fact that we do have the nice rope laces. So it does come in this kind of like brown and yellow colorway, which I think looks really good. And finally on the insole, we do have that R heat wave map on the insole. So that pretty much indicates that the shoe is the right pair. And that's pretty much it guys. So let me know what you guys think about this shoe in the comment section down below. And now let's just get right into this on for look, guys. Alright y'all, so that's pretty much gonna conclude the review as well as the on for look, and I hope you guys enjoyed this video as much as I did making it for y'all. Guys, we are starting the year off with some super unreleased heat, man. And again, I have to give a big shout out to Kicks R Us. That has been my boy for a minute. Super credible guy. He shows a lot of love, and you know, that's just my boy. So again, thank you brother for having me review these. These joints are super hard in person. Like, I love them. And I know that these are pretty much never going to release due to the fact that Nike or the production family dropped the ball on getting that sizing accurate. So that is very unfortunate that the general public are not going to be able to get their hands on these. But as I mentioned, I would definitely cash out on these once I get the right sizing info on it. Then other than that, y'all, don't forget to like, share, comment, and subscribe. Share with your friends and family and all that. And just keep doing what y'all doing to help push the YouTube algorithms and help my channel grow. Guys, I have seen exponential growth since December to now. I truly appreciate y'all. Thank you for making me hit that 1,500 subscriber mark before December ended, and almost getting me to 1,600. So we're already almost at 1,600 at the beginning of the year, and my goal is to have 3K by the end of the year. And I know with y'all help, that will definitely happen. So other than that, y'all, I'll catch y'all in the next video. Peace.